Alright, my people, now we're done. We don't show again with another episode of So I'm Yourself. We don't carry better come today. We want to learn how we achieve this bustier with cup we did for our screen. So this fine one, I make am for somebody. So I just want to share the process with you now. For now, ready, make we start. The first thing what we're gonna need to do now to outline the basic tools, we need paper, pattern paper. We need this tape measure. You need pen or marker, anyone where you preferable to you. We need ruler, straight and the curved, and we need scissors. The measurements where we need now: the shoulder measurement, the bust measurement, the round under bust measurement, and the waist measurement. And then if your own go reach the hip, also take the hip measurement. So after we don't take that measurement, we will also come take this vertical measurement. The vertical measurement now: the shoulder to the bust, the shoulder to the bust point, that is the apex of the bust, the shoulder to the under bust, and the shoulder to the waist. So the shoulder measurement now 14 inches. So I will just rule this line here to indicate my start line. I just take this line and it's my start line. So yourself, if you want to do your own, make you try take your start line so that the measurement could fall for equal side. So from the shoulder to the bust, now 10 inches. So we go mark 11 here plus the sewing allowance and the joining allowance, half inches for joining for the shoulder. Then we go move the shoulder slope by half inch, so 1 inch. I don't mark them here. Then the shoulder to the under bust now 14 inches. I don't mark them. And then the shoulder to the waist now 16 inches. I don't mark them. And this now the full length of the bodice. So make a mark them for two sides so that I go get equal lines. So 11 and 16. We go use our straight ruler, roll the lines together. So we don't roll the line. The next thing what we go do now, we roll this second one, and then the waist line. Okay, so the next thing what we go do now, we go insert the shoulder measurement. Shoulder now 15 inches divided by 2 now 7.5. So I go indicate 7.5 from this center front. I go mark 7.5 inches. Then I go also mark 3 inches for the neck width. So the neck width now 3 inches be the standard, but if you modify your own, depends on the kind of pattern where you create. So I don't come down here by 1 inch for the shoulder slant or the shoulder slope. So I go connect them. After I don't do that part, I'll come insert the upper chest line. That is the chest line. The chest line now my round armhole divided by 2. So my round armhole now 16 divided by 2 now 8. So I don't mark the 8 here, considering my 1 inch shoulder slope where I take here. So I go also mark the 7 inches for this side. You know, say we mark 7.5 inches for the shoulder line. So I go mark them from here so that we go get equal line here. So make I just square the line to connect them. So I hope so now they see with this pen biro where they use. And we don't want to use marker because marker they always make the work look rough. But later on, I go use marker. So the next thing we want to do now, we go insert the bust measurement. The bust measurement now 36 divided by 4 now 9 inches. So bust measurement we always divide them by 4 inches. So here I go measure this line now 8 inches. I go find the midpoint, which is 4 inches. I go mark that 4 inches. Then I go come in by half inch from the midpoint. I will come in here to accommodate the bust. I will use this ruler, connect the lines here, and then I will use this curved ruler, this armhole curve, they curve out the line for here, making sure say it meets where the bust for put. So we don't get that part. The next thing we want to do now to insert our dart line. So the dart now 8 inches divided by 2 4 inches. How we take get the dart? We measure from one apex to the other, the apex of the bust to the other. Simply put, we measure from the nipple to the nipple. So the distance now be the bust span measurement, or nipple to nipple measurement, as some people they call them. So you divide them into two, because this pattern they unfold. So if you open them, you go meet say na 8 day. So I don't put the 8 inches here. I no add anything. The next thing where I want to make, I just label them. This na the chest line, this na the bust line, this na the under bust line, and this na the waistline, and this na the bodice length. So make we just note the marks like that. The next thing where I go just do, I go from use this compass. It is optional though. If you no want, if you no get, no bother yourself, just use your pen and your and your tape measure the distance between the bust line and the under bust line. That's now they call the radius of the bust. So when you measure the figure where you get, just put them from here for the bust line. Use your biro, take rotate them with your tape rule like this. You will get accurate measurements. So that is if you no get compass. But if you get compass, just take your compass, measure the 3 inches. That is the distance between the bust line and the under bust line. So that is the bust radius. Just measure and make I use my tape rule so that I will get accurate figure. So it is okay. Now I'll just put them here, use them. And I see say it pass the same line where I first. So just be careful so that your own no go shift. So make I just use them round. Oh. Alright, so we don't connect them. The next thing is for us to insert the dart leg. So to insert the dart leg, we go come here for this under bust. I go take 1 inch for the both sides of the under bust line. So I go take 1 inch for this side. I go take 1 inch from this side. Then I go connect them. I go come for this bust line. I go come down by 1 inch or ½ inch. Depends on you. Make I just come down by ½ inch. Then I go connect this measure. I will connect this line to meet the ½ inch for there like that. So after we don't connect this side, the next thing we want to now, I go come for this bust, this upper chest line. So this place now, I go just come from this shoulder. I go divide this. You know, say this place now the shoulder measurement. So we say this one at the neck line. So this now the neckline. So just use your ruler, mark your neckline so that you no go dey confusing, especially for those who be beginner. So just use your armhole. So you go come for this shoulder, measure them into 2. So I just measure my shoulder into 2. Measure the shoulder, divide them into 2. So the midpoint, find the midpoint. When you get the midpoint, connect them direct to this bust line. So just use your straight ruler, connect them direct to the bust line. So after you don't connect them direct to the bust line, you go come for this for this place. You know, say here we go down by ½ inch. So from this up to go just go up by ½ inch, so that it go dey equal. The measurement go dey somewhat equal. So you can just okay, so you will come for this upper chest line. You know, say we don't go up by ½ inch. So measure the radius of the bust. So the radius of the bust now 3 inches. That is this circle. But because we want to make the bust get coverage small, we go just add 1 inch to them to give them better coverage. But if you like, if you do ½ inch too, me I go just do 1 inch. So I go just add 1 inch to the bust radius or for up here. Then I go insert the dart. So you know, say we take 2 inches here, we go just return the 2 inches back here. We will report them back here like this. So the next thing I go do now, I will connect this dart leg. I will connect them to this ½ inch. We will come up here. So I hope so now they see them. So we don't report this dart leg now. So we want to make sure say these two darts then they equal. So from here to here now 3.5. Then from here to here, okay, then they equal. So the next thing we will go do now, from this bust line, we go just come up by 2.5 inches. So we go come up here by 2.5 inches, then we go mark half inch out like this. So I go just mark half inch out like this, then I go use this straight ruler to connect them for the bust separation. So I go just connect them like this, you see them. Then from this under bust line here, I go connect them here. So we don't get one part now. The next thing we will go just do now, we'll just use this our cup, this side, this dart, we'll connect them to this point to form this part of the cup. So this one now, the shape they totally dependent on you. If you like make your own day like this, if you use your own, connect them like this. If you like make it day like this, you are free. So here now for this armhole curve, I'll just come down from this chest line. I'll just come down by half inch small. We'll just come down by half inch, then I will connect the line. So because I don't want to make the bust, this bustier start from the armhole directly gongo, I want to make the thing come down by half inch. So the next thing I go do, this bust radius of the bust where we report for this side, make I just extend this line, sorry. So this radius of the bust where we report for this side, we go report and back to this side. So you know, say here the radius now 3 inches, I go just add half inch to that 3 inch or 1 inch. So from this point now I go connect them here. So I don't connect them here. The next thing what we go come do, we don't connect this point now. So I will just connect this this line now. I will connect them to this point with this straight line, with this straight ruler. So I don't connect them now. Then the next thing we will do now, I will just use this my armhole curve, take shape out the armhole, the bust, the dart for this side to take cover the bust line. So make we do it now. So you see these parts don't set. So the next thing we will go do now, just come down here for the waistline. You know, say now 1 inch we take here, just take the same 1 inch here for the waistline down to the bodice length. So just use and connect your own. So you see, the next thing we will go do now, we go insert our measurement. So if you want use your own for yoke, just cut out this part from here like this, the yoke did there. So we want insert the measurement. Now the measurement, the bust like we say now 9 inches. See the 9 inches here plus this 1 inch. You see this dart here now 1 inch. So plus this 1 inch dart, 10 inches. Then we will add 1 inch for sewing allowance to make them 11. So for the bust line, the same 11 I will go report. So when we come the waistline, we go insert the waist measurement. The waist now 32. We go divide 32 by 4 to get 8. We go add this 2 inch dart to get 10. Then we go add 1 inch sewing allowance. Sorry, this now the under bust. This now the under bust. The under bust measurement now 30 divided by 4 now 7.5. We go add 2 inch dart allowance to get 9.5. We go add 1 inch sewing allowance to get 10.5. So 10.5 did here. Then for the waist now 32 divided by 4, 8. We go add 2 inch dart allowance. This dart 10. Then we go add 1 inch for sewing allowance 11. So up to this point to 11. The next thing we will go do now, we'll cut. So we don't cut them now. So this now the so we go just use this our curved ruler. If you like, just blend out this curve, but no need because we will still cut out this part. So next thing we will go do now, we will cut. Make we cut now. Okay, so we don't cut the pieces, and I don't also label am center front and the side front. This na the separation, the bust separation where they did the middle. So this na the side. So when we cut now, this side go dey 2 pieces, side front 2 pieces. Then this one go dey unfold, center front go dey unfold. So this one go dey unfold. Then this na the 2 cups. So you see am. Then this center front now, this my center front, this side now, I go like make it get small shape like this, make it just get small decoration. So I go just use my biro. You just dey creative with your own sha. So I go just use this biro. I go mark am like this, then I go use my paper cut am. So when I cut am on fold, you go get this shape. So now so I want to make my own day. So the next thing now we go do now to just use our normal basic bodice. I don't want to do anything extraordinary for the back. I just want to use normal basic bodice, take draft them. So if you want to use the yoke, just cut out the pattern from here like this. See, just cut out the pattern from here, cut out the armhole, the shoulder, sorry, the neckline, the shoulder, the armhole, just cut them from here. So just cut your own. Make sure say your own day well, just cut them out, then use the yoke for your project where you want to. So now so you go take cut them. Just make sure say you follow the line here, cut out your own yoke. So me, I don't want to use the yoke, so make it just stay there like that. So when you want to use your own, just cut them from here, just cut them from here. Then when you don't sew your pattern finish, you attach this yoke back to this bustier. So the back now just normal back. So make we cut the back now. Okay, so we don't draft the back pattern now. We use the basic bodice take draft them. So ignore this line, please. So now from here now the armhole start from. So this now just the yoke. So we don't want the yoke. So the same thing we do for the front now we do for the back. We measure the armhole, come down by ½ inch. Then I want to make the back go down small past the front. So I come down by ½ inch here. Then from this zip, to eliminate the zip bulge, I come in by ½ inch from the zip allowance. So from this ½ inch from the zip allowance, I will connect them back, and then I add the seam allowance so that this part no will get bulge. Then I insert the side side seam. So the next thing we will go do now just to cut out. We don't put the measurement. So make I just cut this pattern out now. You can see how this back pattern take turn out. So now like this the back there. So just normal, nothing too serious about the back. So I just cut out that. So the back will get 2 pieces, the center back and the side back. So you see so this now the center back, this now the side back. So when we add them, when we attach them together like this, now see the thing don't form. So we'll just attach them back to the main bodice. We'll just attach them back to the main bodice. So make I go cut them now with the fabric where I want to use. I will come show now the outcome. I dey come, I know with you. Alright, my people, we don't go cut the pattern pieces. See so now this fine Ankara print, now I want to use this fine African print, and I want to mix them with this fine doll face satin. So you see so I want to mix the two together. Now I don't cut the bra cuffs. I don't also cut the interfacing where I go use and the lining together. So it always good make you mark where your joining go dey. So I don't mark this point now. I don't notch them. So I know say now this side I go join to this side, then this side I go join to the side seams. So you see this center now, I don't go cut them. So the next thing we go do now, we go attach the, make I go cut this other, make I cut the center front. So the center front and the side front, what I want to be say, I go use my tape. I will use and tape this center front together. I will take tape and I'll just tape these 2 center fronts together. No put them overlap, just make sure say they on top each other. Then I go put them on top my fabric. I go cut. So this side go dey unfold. This side will cut down 2 equal halves. So now wetin I want to do now, make I go do am now. Cut this. Now the satin I go use cut this side, then the fabric, this Ankara fabric, now just for the cups. So make I go do am now. I go come show now the outcome. I dey come and I go tell you. Alright my people, we don't go cut the side as I talk. I just put them on top my satin fabric. See I just put them on top, then I use and cut them out. So after I cut them finish, I come use, so I just use this contrasting white thread so that I go see the part where we sew. So I sew here from the inside, then I turn them. I don't sew this side. When I turn them, I can't sew this side so that we go fit attach our cups. So this side don't dey ready. The next thing where I can't do, I don't go sew the cups together. Now see am. So I don't sew these 2 cups together, and then I don't cut out the excess from here. I don't trim them out. So if light dey where you dey, when you dey do your own, just try open here, iron am flat, because we no go put any pad. So just no go put any breast pad. So just iron your own flat so that everything go dey flat. So I don't place them together like this. So the next thing we want to do now, I go turn them to this back like this. So I go make sure say the 2 right side they together. So when I do it like this now, I will go my machine. I will sew this top. I will just run this top like this. Then I will turn them back to this right side. So when I don't do them for the right side, I will come top stitch them. So make I go do it now. I will come show now what I do. I dey come and I go tell you. Alright my people, so I don't go sew the cup. See I turn the 2, I don't turn them from the back side, put the 2 right sides together, then measure the width of this part, the top part of your chest, your upper chest line. So just measure them, then sew them. When you don't sew them, reach the part where that's supposed reach from this side, and where the armhole supposed be for this side. So you go just turn them to the other side, to the right side like this. Then make sure say you top stitch them. So just top stitch this part. So just stop stitch this part. So when you top stitch this part, reach here, then you turn them. Make sure say the seam allowance go there for this line inside. So it go just stay like that. See this one now, I never top stitch them up, but you see say the lining stay where it's supposed to be. You know they move come up like this. So the essence of top stitching now, so that the lining no go they move come this back like this. You know go they show from the right side. So you see, if you turn them like this, see, so the thing just dey very nice and it dey fine. So see the next thing we won't do now, I'll go do one for the second part. So I go sew, put the right side together like this. I go sew like this, reach here. Then I will turn them to the right side. I will top stitch them. When I don't top stitch and finish from this side, I don't do the 2 cups. What then I will come do next, so I fix them for the center front. I will just sew here. See I will just use stitch hole am, running stitch, so that the thing no go dey shift when I dey attach them. So I will first sew around first like this, because I no go put any pad inside. So I will just top stitch and there like that. When I don't top stitch and finish, I'll come show now the next thing. I dey come and I go tell you. So if so far this video don't dey useful, you don't learn 1 or 2 things, before we finish, I beg make you show me love. Help me like and share and subscribe. Don't forget to thank you. I dey come. Okay, my people, so we don't go sew the cuffs together, and I see I just use stitch take hold them so that the thing no go dey move up and down when I want attach them to the main bustier. So the next thing where I go do now, I go take this cup now. See say we don't attach the other one, so I go just carry them like this. I go attach them from here to this cup side. So you just use your pin, hold am, pin am until the thing reach this side. So we'll just start from here. So I will start from here like this. I will just use this scissor take knitting this part because this satin dey free well. So make I just knitting now. Then I will use my pin take attach am. So I'll just attach am round. So once I attach and finish, I will attach and reach this other side like I do for this one. So make I go do am now. Then after we don't attach am, the two cups, we go come sew am round with our machine. So make I go do am now. I go come show now the result. I dey come, I no go tell.